Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast, live on Sri Lanka Rupavahini. Well, I'm Chaga Gamagi.
And I'm Sutumija Ratna. Now let's take a look at today's headlines.
$4,746 kilograms of heroin and ice narcotics taken into police custody during raids conducted this year so far. Appeal for bail of 5 persons sentenced to death on allegations of drug trafficking rejected. An export income target of $36 billion by 2030. GoPay app for on-the-spot fines in trafficking offences, activated also in Putlam and North Central Province. A compensation of 10,000 rupees for each coconut tree uprooted to control the coconut-related disease in Southern Province. A Shramadana campaign to clean the environment system around sacred Sripada Shrine from 25th to 29th of this month. Well, now we move on to those and other stories in detail. Marking World Television Day today, global media experts say television continues to be the world's most widely used source of video content, despite rapid changes in how audiences consume media.
In recognition of the increased impact television on decision-making by bringing world attention to conflict and threats to peace and security and its potential role in sharpening the focus on other major issues, including economic and social issues, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed 21st November as World Television Day.
Sri Lanka Navy has discovered a haul of ice narcotics and heroin worth over 4 billion rupees in the multi-day vessel taken into custody yesterday, in the southern deep sea area of Sri Lanka. 6 suspects were also taken into custody with the multi-day vessel. This is also a one-off successful raid conducted under the Nation United National Operation. On information, the Sri Lankan Navy seized this multi-day vessel with 6 suspects in the deep sea of southern coast. The vessel and the suspects were brought to the Tangol Fisheries harbour last night. Navy officials found 261 kilograms of ice narcotics and 115 kilograms of heroin in the vessel. They also discovered a revolver pistol and 2 modern magazines. It is reported that the suspect had attempted to bring the whole of narcotics and firearms into the country. Investigations are now being carried out over this incident.
According to the police, 1,598 kilograms of heroin and 3,140 kilograms of ice narcotics have been taken into custody in raids conducted so far since the 1st of January this year. Information in this regard was relieved at a media briefing held yesterday at the Government Information Department under the theme of dangerous drugs and the black economy connected to it. Police media spokesman SSP F.U. Woodler said that the National Anti-narcotics program launched in October 2025 had led to major seizures. He stated that within just 1.5 weeks, security unit had seized 120 kilograms of heroin, and from January 1st to date, authorities had taken 1,598 kilograms of various narcotics into custody. He added that within a single week, 649 kilograms of ice had been seized and that since January this year, police had confiscated over 3,000 kilograms. Senior Superintendent of Police C.M. Vikramasekara said that the division had frozen and brought to court a range of properties belonging to organized criminals, especially those linked to drug trafficking. He noted that assets worth approximately 4.2 billion rupees, including gold, land, cash, vehicles, houses, business premises, buildings and fishing vessels had been made inactive and presented for court order state acquisition, with cases currently under legal and investigative process. Assistant Director of the National Dangerous Drug Control Board, Nilani Aludge, said that drug addiction causes unavoidable physical, psychological and social changes in individuals. She explained that addicted persons often struggle to communicate or understand information.
Well, the appeal court today confirmed the death sentence imposed by the CEO connected to the transport stock of 152 kilograms of heroin in the Southern Sea area in 2019. Accordingly, the panel of appeal court judges, including P. Kumaran Ratnam and Pradeep Hettiarachchi, today dismissed the petitions filed by the accused against the High Court verdict. The petitioners had pointed out that the High Court's decision to impose a death sentence on them is against the law and thereby requested to issue an order to acquit from all the allegations. Additional Solicitor General Shanil Kururatne appeared for the Attorney General. Considering the facts presented by all parties, the panel of appeal court judges confirmed the High Court verdict and dismissed the appeal petitions. Colombo Magistrates Court today ordered to further remand the suspects, including the shooter connected to the killing of notorious crime gang leader Ganemulla Sanjeeva, until the 5th of December. The case was summoned before the Colombo Chief Magistrate Asankes Bodragama through Zoom technology. The officer of the Colombo Crime Division submitted a report on the investigations conducted in this regard so far. He further said that further investigations are being conducted based on the statements made by two suspects who are in remand custody. The magistrate also granted permission to obtain statements from another suspect in the remand custody. Colombo High Court today ordered to summon a case against former ministers Mahindananda Aludgamage, Nalin Fernando and former Secretary to the Ministry of Sports Nanda Mallavarachi on the 5th of February next year. The two former ministers, who are serving a prison term at present, appeared before the court today. They have been charged of misappropriating a sum of nearly 37 million rupees, state funds, by importing carom boards and checker boards under the Satosa Fund and distributing them to the political officers of residential candidate Mahinda Rajapaksha during the presidential election 2015. The case has been filed by the Attorney General.
Minister Sunil Handuneti says that the country's export income will be $36 billion by the year 2030. Joining the Budget Committee stage debate in Parliament today, the minister said that the target export income of $13 billion this year has been achieved by the end of September this year. Minister Sunil Handuneti said that according to the President's budget speech, several state enterprises established under constitutional provisions would have certain statutory payment removed. He said this would ease the burden on those institutions by eliminating gratuity-related payments and transferring their liabilities to the Treasury, thereby reducing their financial strain. He stated that the Ministry of Industries oversees 28 institutions across 20 sectors, and he was pleased that none of these institutions had faced serious criticism. He noted that, unlike issues previously raised, such as those concerning sugar, there had been no major controversies under his ministry. He added that the ministry has launched new enterprises and providing loan facilities for youth entrepreneurs with nearly 80 billion rupees in export support extended not only through the ministry but also in collaboration with ministries such as Fisheries and Agriculture.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that the government provide necessary support to enhance the livelihood of fishing community. Well, she made these remarks participating at the opening ceremony of Aquaplanet Sri Lanka 2025 International Exhibition organized at the Colombo Lotus Pond premises today. The theme of the event is a prosperous tomorrow through aquatic resources. It has been organized by the Ministry of Fisheries, Aquatic and Marine Resources. Products related to the ministry, modern technological equipment, aquatic plants, ornamental fish and many other items related to the fisheries sector are included in this exhibition. It is comprised of about 150 local and foreign exhibition stalls. The exhibition will be held until the 23rd of this month. Ministers Ramalingam Chandrasekaran and Deputy Ministers Ratna Gamage, Nalin Hevage, Mahinda Jayasingham, Aruna Jayasekara and many others were present at this event. Prime Minister Dr. Harunya Marasuriya said that the government's vision of fisheries industry is to create a quality fishing resource with a sustainable management. Through this vision, security fishing resources, empowering rural economy, minimizing import dependency and strengthening rural livelihood can be achieved. Aquatic creatures and plants and value-added seafood should be manufactured targeting the global fish market. To achieve these targets, scientific management of resources, quality packaging, use of environment-friendly fishing gear and usage of modern aquatic security systems are needed. The government is ready to provide required assistance in these sectors. Galen Bindunuava Aludivulvava was handed over to the public yesterday. After completing the restoration of the new sluice gates, the tank bund, a sum of 248 million rupees has been spent for this purpose. The restoration of Aludivulvava Galen Bindunuava has been implemented under Vari Mahime Ape Urume National Program. The tank was in danger of breach as a leakage occurred near the left sluice gate of the tank due to incessant rains in the month of January last. Steps were taken to temporarily repair it using sandbags in order to prevent disaster situations on that occasion. Later, the Ministry of Lands and Irrigation allocated a sum of 248 million rupees for the restoration of the tank bund. The construction has been completed during a period of less than 5 months. Accordingly, the tank after the restoration was handed over to the public under the leadership of Minister K.D. Lal Kanta. 1,135 families will be benefited by the restoration of this tank, and it will also irrigate 2,327 acres of paddy land.
The GovPay app that provides the opportunity to traffic offenders to pay the spot fines instantly is being introduced to all police officers island-wide. The relevant software is also being provided to police stations at present. The GovPay Puttalam District program was held yesterday under the patronage of DIG VPJ Senadira, OIC officers of 23 police stations of the district and their traffic division officers were participated in this program. Officials of the Judicial Ministry and Lanka Pay Institute were also present at the event. Traffic offenders are able to pay their spot fine instantly through the GovPay app, and they can get their driving license at the same time. Officials further said that the GovPay program is also applicable to the foreigners. The police officers of traffic duty were also provided with relevant smartphones with the GovPay app. The North Central Provincial program to introduce GovPay app was held yesterday at the Youth Resort in Anuradhapura under the patronage of DIG VPJ Senadira. The relevant software to pay needed to pay traffic fines online were distributed among the police officers in Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, Kehel, Gollava and Tambutegama divisions.
Well, in the meantime, according to the Coconut Cultivation Board, a compensation of 10,000 rupees will be provided for each coconut tree uprooted to control the coconut-related disease in southern province. Well, Chairman of the board, Dr. Sunimal Jayakudi, expressed views in this regard at a media briefing held in Colombo today. Chairman of the Coconut Cultivation Board, Dr. Sunimal Jayakudi, said that the leaf-valve disease has largely controlled in Galle and Hambantota districts, although a considerable number of infected trees still remain in Mathura district. He said that teams identified diseased trees in Mathura, and based on the guideline that each team should remove about 25 trees per day, they deployed around 20 groups. He noted that out of 220 unidentified trees, about 500 diseased trees had been removed following the approved procedure. Head of the Crop Protection Division of the Coconut Research Institute, Dr. Roshan Silva, said that both the Coconut Research and Cultivation institutions handle disease-affected and protected zones. He explained that the removal of disease-infected trees in protected zones is carried out under the direct supervision of the Coconut Research Institute, while disease affected zones, the work is supervised directly by the Coconut Cultivation Board. He emphasized that removing affected trees is essential to control the spread of the disease. Deputy General Manager of the Coconut Cultivation Board, N.S. Jalat, said that removing an infected tree cost about 10,000 rupees and that the Coconut Research Institute is now providing resistant varieties as replacements. He added that once replanted, these varieties gradually return to productive levels over time and that cultivators have extended strong cooperation throughout the process.
Steps have been taken to implement a special program with the objective of providing facilities to the devotees and for the conservation of ecological system at Sripada area. This is being implemented by the Ministry of Environment prior to the commencement of Sripada pilgrimage season under the Clean Sri Lanka program. A media meeting to raise awareness in this regard was held today at the Government Information Department auditorium. Minister of Environment Dr. Dhammika Pattabadi said that this year's Sripada pilgrimage has been designated the Munisiripa Green Pilgrimage. He requested all pilgrims to help minimize plastic pollution. He said visitors should avoid carrying plastic water bottles of less than 1 litre, refrain from taking polythene-wrapped food, beverages or other items and avoid bringing polythene or plastic packaging into the sacred site. He added that shop owners must also take responsibilities for reducing such packaging.
ඒකෙන් වලකින්න කියන ඉල්ලීම අපි කරනවා කඩහිමියන් ඒ ආවරණ සම්බන්ධයෙන් වග කියන්න ඕන සතුටු රටක්.
A happy country, Clean Sri Lanka, the special public care program is also being implemented island-wide by now. A media briefing was held today to raise awareness in this regard. Minister of Public Administration, Provincial Council and Local Government Chandana Aberatna said that under the 2025 budget proposals, 3 million rupees has been allocated per district. He noted that issues related to pensions or delays in official documents may arise from various reasons and the government is committed to provide assistance to resolve such problems. He added that several health and environmental programs are being implemented island-wide, emphasizing that Sri Lanka's development efforts go beyond simple clean-up activities and represent a broader social initiative aimed at solving community issues and helping build a prosperous country with a better quality of life.
Well, now we move on to several local news items in brief. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jathisa says that the Ministry of Health has taken steps to control the price of 350 medicines at the same time for the first time in history. The minister made these comments in a function held to introduce several new varieties of medicines of the State Pharmaceuticals Corporation. The minister added that reducing the price of another 300 medicines in the future is also under consideration. Checks were awarded to 43 millionaires and 1 millionaires, including super draw winners from each of the districts in the island via development lottery. Led by the general manager of the board, Anuraja Ratna, checks and certificates were also awarded to lottery sales representatives parallel to the event. A woman travelling in a three-wheeler died when the three-wheeler collided with a private bus at Hulangwangwa area, Katugastota. A small child and 4 others travelling in the three-wheeler were admitted to the Kandy District General Hospital and the Rikilagaskada Regional Hospital with severe injuries. According to Hangurankada Police, the cause for this accident has been the driver of three-wheeler falling asleep. Baduluput Vasante, organised by the book collection of the prominent publishing institutes of the island, commenced today at the Senanaika grounds, Badulla. It consists of 60 trade stalls and the organisation committee took steps to provide special discounts for books. The exhibition will be open from 9 am to 9 pm and will go on till 28th of this month. Governor of Ua Province, Attorney at Law J.M. Kapilajasekara and a number of others joined the inauguration.
The World Telecommunication Development Conference attracts more than 2,600 delegates all around the world, representing more than 170 countries. This is the largest ever gathering in ITU history. WTDC 2025 has officially kicked off in Baku, Azerbaijan on 17 November, marking the first time the event is held in the Commonwealth of Independent State region. This year, conference is being held under the theme of universal, meaningful and affordable connectivity for an inclusive and sustainable digital future. Participants will explore global technology trends, connect with leading experts and foster international cooperation. The event is organized in partnership between the International Telecommunication Union and the Ministry of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan. The conference is organized under the guidance of ITU Secretary General Doreen Bogan-Martin and Director of the ITU Telecommunication Development Bureau, Komaz Lakizan, and other officials of ITU. The conference is set to adopt a delegation outlining key priorities for the 194 ITU member states.
I'm really happy to be here at ITU WTDC 2025 in Baku, Azerbaijan. Interesting conference which brings together so many people from all over the world. So this is so important. We are meeting so many telco operators, we're meeting governments, we are meeting people who are in the business of early warning systems and also in the future of broadcasting, not forgetting cybersecurity. The whole works. So it's good to see a combination of the private sector, the government and other players in this huge conference organized by the ITU. And a special congratulations to the Director of BDT, Development Sector, Dr. Cosmas Zawazawa.
We thank the government of Azerbaijan for hosting us. This is one of the largest conferences of this nature. It is the first time that the CIS region has hosted this conference, and we have over 2,600 people, a record number that we have. We are focusing on topics that matter, how digital can accelerate the development in all the sectors. And we will be looking to the future. The future is bright. We are very thankful for our member states that are visionary and have got political will. We are thankful to the private sector and the industry who are supporting the work that we are doing. And we look up to regulators to be agile, innovative, and create an enabling environment so that the private sector can invest better and everybody can be safe. We are building a castle that we hope will last for many years to come, for generations to come. And the innovation is at the center. We keep on improving and doing things with creativity and improvement for the betterment of humanity.
World Telecommunication Development Conference will last until 28th of November. 12 days deliberation will guide the entire global community on international telecommunication sector to discuss, converge and think about the way forward on the global telecommunication sector. I'm Dhammika Wickramage, attending the WTDC 25 Baku in Azerbaijan.
Scientists warn that the risk of floods in coastal areas has raised due to increase of global warming. The 9th ABU Summit on Climate Action and Disaster Prevention, which will be held from the 25th to 27th of this month, will focus more attention on this challenge. The Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation will host this summit. According to the researchers, the sea level is annually increasing by about 3 millimeters since 1990. Due to overflow of seawater, many farming lands and drinking water resources in low-lying areas will become polluted, and the sea erosion may cause immense damages to houses and infrastructure facilities.
Climate change is one of the major environmental issues we are facing at the moment. But from the ocean side, the main impact is sea level rise because of sea swelling and more fresh water is adding to the sea. Therefore, we expect sea level rise. So, what we can do to absorb or counteract to this sea erosion? Normally, what we do is we establish groins and revertments, and sometimes we establish gabion walls, and sometimes we engage in sand nourishment also. But now we have gone a further step. And converting those revertments are the stone structures just built on the beach. Therefore, once we build the revertments, we lose our beaches. But what we do is we go further into the sea and establish same gabion walls or same structures we establish underwater. Those are called submerged reefs. So submerged reef again absorb ocean energy and protect our coast from erosion. At the same time, it save our coastal beach, and that from that we can encourage tourism and even fisheries. So on global level and regional level, we can exchange ideas and technological transfer. At the same time, we can get some funding issues. Regional collaboration is extremely important. Therefore, I hope this conference opened the path to the regional and global arena to expose Sri Lanka's situation and potential we are having as a mostly highly diverse country, to get more benefit to the country, and at the same time protect our beaches from erosion and other sea level rise and other climate change impacts, and promote tourism and promote fisheries, ultimately give some benefits to the local communities. That's we expect. I hope we can achieve this task. I convey my best wishes for every success of this conference.
This message is brought to you by the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union's 9th International Media Conference on Climate Action and Disaster Prevention, hosted by the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation for a clean, safe and a green tomorrow.
Lankara 2025 Wax Exhibition organised by the National Design Centre will be held at the Kandy City Centre from today until the 23rd of this month. The exhibition, which will commence at 9 a.m, is open till 9 p.m. The exhibition was inaugurated under the guidance of Deputy Minister of Tourism Ruwan Ranasinghe in the morning today. A program to provide practical experience regarding handcraft industry products and a fair consisting of 50 trade stalls has also been organised prior to the exhibition. The traditional wax creation confined so far to 4 colours since a long time has been introduced with an array of 50 new colours including the metallic colours. Several main aspects including the introduction of new machine produced to the wax creation so far done manually is also included among the objectives of organising the exhibition. The Deputy Minister of Tourism, Ruwan Ranasinghe, said that there is no problem from tourists regarding promotion and this can be used for the attention of the tourist field. Tourists can be enlightened as to how these traditional craft of these artists existed. The ministry will mediate in this process.
The funeral of the late senior radio announcer Chitra Kumari Kalubowila was held at the Burrell General Cemetery this evening. Remains of the late announcer was brought to the cemetery at about 3 p.m. today. Family members, artists, journalists, public officials, school children and a large crowd were present at the cemetery to pay last respect to the late radio journalist Chitra Kumari Kalubowila. Final rites were conducted at about 5:30 p.m. Now we'll be back with your foreign news right after this short break.
Moving on to foreign news, a powerful earthquake near Bangladesh capital Dhaka has killed several people and injured many more, triggering panic across the country. Bangladesh authorities said that a magnitude 5.5 earthquake struck near Narsindi just outside Dhaka on Friday morning. Officials reported that at least 5 people were killed and around 100 others were injured. The US Geological Survey said that the quake hit at 10:30 a.m. local time and warned of the possibility of significant casualties and structural damage. Residents told local media they felt strong and sudden shaking, which sent many people running into the streets. Reports in Dhaka said it was one of the strongest quakes felt near the capital in recent years. The Bangladesh Meteorological Department said that the shaking lasted about 26 seconds and tremors were felt as far as Kolkata in eastern India, though there were no reports of casualties there. Emergency teams in Dhaka were seen clearing debris from collapsed structures as aftershocks left many residents frightened and waiting outside their homes.
Well, in Bangkok, Mexico's Fatima Bosch has been crowned Miss Universe 2025, bringing the latest edition of the world's long-running beauty pageant to a close. Well, the event saw high drama and memorable moments, but ended with Bosch taking the top title.
Miss Universe is Mexico!
Fatima Bosch, representing Mexico, was crowned Miss Universe 2025 at a ceremony in Bangkok. The 25-year-old celebrated her victory alongside runners-up Miss Thailand Pravina Singh, Miss Venezuela Stefania Bizali, Miss Philippines Mayathiza Manalo, and Miss Cote d'Ivoire Olivia Yes. Earlier in the month, Bosch drove global attention after a pre-pageant disagreement with organizers. Several contestants showed their support by walking out in solidarity. A few days later, two judges resigned before the final competition. Organizers confirmed the finals were conducted fairly and the crowning proceeded as planned. During the contest, there was also a minor incident when Miss Jamaica fell during preliminary rounds. She was taken to hospital and received medical care. This year's pageant marks the 74th Miss Universe competition, continuing a tradition that has grown into a global media event.
Now in today's sports news, Sri Lanka lost the first match they played against Zimbabwe by 67 runs in the Tri-Nation Series consisting Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Zimbabwe teams.
The match was played yesterday at the Rawalpindi International Cricket Stadium. Sri Lanka opted to field first after winning the toss. Accordingly, Zimbabwe batting first scored 162 runs for 8 wickets in their 20 overs. Brian Bennett top scored with 49, while Sikandar Raza added 47 runs. In bowling, Ishan Malinga, playing his debut T20 international match, captured 2 wickets. Wanidhu Hasaranga claimed 3 wickets. Sri Lanka in reply were bowled out for a paltry 95 runs in 20 overs. Dasun Shanaka top scored with 34, while Banuku Rajapaksha was out for 11 runs. In bowling for Zimbabwe, Brad Evans captured 3 wickets, while Richard Nigarwa claimed 2 wickets. Sri Lanka will play against Pakistan in their next match of the tournament tomorrow.
The semi-finals of the Vision-Impaired Women's World Cup T20 cricket tournament being held for the first time will be held tomorrow. The national television has gained the official telecast right in Sri Lanka. Teams from Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Australia and USA were the Vision-Impaired Women's World Cup T20 cricket tournament being held with the joint sponsorship of Sri Lanka and India. Out of those teams, India, Australia, Nepal and Pakistan qualified for the semi-finals of the tournament. In the first semi-finals, India will play against Australia. The match will commence at 8:45 a.m. tomorrow. The second semi-final will be played between Nepal and Pakistan teams, which will commence at 12:45 p.m. The finals of the tournament is scheduled for the 23rd of this month. All matches will be played at Sara Oval Cricket Stadium in Colombo.
Well, that's all the news we have for today. Make sure to join us at the same time tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening and a great weekend. Good night.